What's up, model babes? It's been a minute, but I told y'all I was coming back. I told you, I'm back. I'm here. I ain't leaving. There has been a lot going on over the past couple of months. We got new hair, we got new relationships, actually old relationships, just new commitments. But yes, it has been a whirlwind of emotions and mindset changes, and I'm just happy to be back here with you, sharing my advice, my skill set, my knowledge, and helping you guys pursue your dreams and inspiring you to do it, because I know it's possible. If I can do it, you can do it, and I'm going to show you how. What's up, model babes? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Key, and I help you new and aspiring models learn how to navigate this modeling industry, learn how to get signed, get booked, and get paid as a model. So if you're interested in that, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you give these videos a thumbs up so I know that you like it and that you want more of this content. We're here, we're back to give you some good content. Hopefully you've been enjoying all of the other resources and information that I've already put out on this channel, and if you're not subscribed yet, please go subscribe. I don't know what you're doing. So today we're going to be talking about the truth about modeling, especially if you're thinking about being a full-time model. I want to kind of break down what that really means, what it's going to entail for you, and exactly like how you can go about doing that. If you've been pursuing modeling for a while, you're an aspiring model, and you've only been doing it part-time or just picking up some photo shoots here and there and are looking to actually do this for full time, I want to break down that process and that reality for you. So that's what we're going to get into today. But first, I wanted to go over a few model myths that I know a lot of models have heard before and think that might be true, but really are not. So the first model myth that I hear all the time is that having a built-out portfolio, having photos in your portfolio already, will guarantee that you get signed with an agency. And that is just not true. There isn't anything guaranteed when you are working in this industry. Definitely it will help to have some pictures in your portfolio. You could definitely use that to your advantage when you go into an open call, or if you're submitting your pictures to an agency online, but it won't guarantee that you get signed with an agency, because you never know what they're looking for. You never know what a agency is going to be looking for, what look they're trying to really scout for at the moment, what features they're really looking to add to their roster for their models. So nothing is ever guaranteed, but having a portfolio beforehand can definitely help. It'll show that you have practice and experience being in front of the camera, so that's always a good thing. So it's definitely good to build up your portfolio, but don't heavily rely on it to get you signed. The next myth that I know a lot of models are always thinking about, aspiring models are always thinking about after you getting signed, is that once you are signed, you are going to be booked and busy and going to have paid bookings coming to you on a weekly basis. And that, my model babes, is not true either. So there is definitely, again, no guarantee that you will be booked once you are signed. Just because you're signed with an agency does not mean that bookings are going to be coming straight to you, that you're going to be working right away. It takes time, especially if you're new to this industry. If you're younger and you're just starting out and haven't really built that portfolio like I had just mentioned, then it's going to take some time before you are booked, because your agency is going to need to have photos of you to push first. So they're going to need you to go on test shoots. They're going to need you to build out that portfolio for them and have some work for them to push to clients to show that you can do the job. So it'll definitely take a minute before you're actually getting booked and actually working jobs. And even if you do have a portfolio built up, sometimes, depending on what agency you're with, you might not see bookings right away. It depends on the market. It depends on the season. It depends on a lot of different factors. It's not just getting into an agency and then everything is smooth sailing from then. That's why I always say that we are always still freelance models at the end of the day, because we we have an agency that is working for us to push us, but we should also be working for ourselves to push ourselves in other areas to get work as well, because there's no guarantee that your agency can get you that work. And that's something that I have been experiencing over the past few months. As you guys saw in my last video, I was talking about how being a full-time model is actually very hard, especially going through seasons where you're not getting a lot of bookings, when you know the clients are slowing up and there's not a lot of work out there. So it definitely takes a while to secure multiple bookings for models, but you can definitely do it. And I'm going to get into some tips on how you can do that later on in this video. So stay tuned for that, keep watching. But I just want to let you guys know that once you're in the agency, doesn't mean you're just getting booked and busy. You know, there's still some work that you need to do. And piggybacking the last myth that I just mentioned, my third myth that I have for you guys that I hear a lot of models, you know, thinking about and are really excited about when they get signed, is that they, after getting signed, they are immediately paid. You know, again, bookings do not come right away once you're assigned, but when those bookings do come in, when you do start to get work and you're actually working out in the field doing your thing, the payments don't always come right away. You know, payment is another area of discussion that we could definitely get into in another video, but I did want to come on here to say that just because you are booked with an agency doesn't mean that you get your payments right away. You know, just because you've done the job, you've done the booking, doesn't mean that you're going to get paid the same day. A lot of agencies work on like net 30, net 45, net 60 payouts, so it might be a while before you receive the money from that booking. So that's why I always say that it's really good, you know, if you're not doing this just solo by itself, if you have a job on the side, part-time job or a side hustle that you're doing while you are modeling, I think that's always great, because you know, modeling can be inconsistent sometimes. It can be very inconsistent. So I want to make sure you guys are protected and you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, which we will get more into in some of my tips later on. But yes, payments are not going to be coming in as frequently as you think, so make sure that you have that backup plan. All right, so now that we have gone over some common myths, some myths that we've debunked about modeling, especially trying to get signed with an agency and modeling full-time, I wanted to give you guys some ways that you can stay busy, stay booked as a model. So these are my 3 key tips to staying booked and busy as a full-time model, potentially, if that's what you want to do. And the first tip I have is to keep taking pictures, keep shooting. You want to keep your portfolio up to date with how you currently look, one, but also you want to keep fresh pictures in front of your potential clients and give fresh pictures to your agencies so they can have new pictures to push out to clients. So that's something that I personally haven't been keeping up with, and I am not going to lie, it has been not a priority for me, and I really just been working on other things. But I definitely think that that's one of the things that has stopped my growth as a model, is because I haven't been taking as many pictures and sharing my pictures with my agency as I should be. So I definitely want to make sure I get this concept in you guys' head. As a model, it's really important to keep up your portfolio, to make sure that you have, you know, new pictures in there, that you're working and networking with new photographers and makeup artists and new hairstylists or makeup artists. I said makeup artists, right? So but yeah, you want to make sure that you are keeping your connections, you know, in the industry, and also making sure that you're trying new things and trying new looks out, and making sure that that is reflected in some new images. So it's really important to keep taking pictures, and more importantly, to keep sharing them. If you're a freelance model and you're not really looking to be signed with an agency, make sure you're at least sharing your photos on Instagram. I know a lot of my students in the past, and people in general, who are comfortable with taking pictures but not sharing them with people. And if this is something that you want to do, you want to take seriously as a career and potentially do full time, you want to make sure that you're showing people that you're actually a model. You're showing people that you actually can work, that you know what you're doing, that you can pose, that you can walk. You know, you want to make sure that you're showing people the skill sets that you have. So keep taking pictures and keep sharing them. Okay, my second tip for you for keeping booked and busy as a model and full-time model is to keep doing your research. do your research for booking sites. So I have mentioned, different websites and different apps that you can download and you can upload your portfolio to. There are so many out there that you can, be a part of, so many different platforms. You want to make sure that you keep doing your research because there's more coming out, right? And if you are new to this and you didn't know this, then definitely want to check out this video over here where I'm talking about how you can find more work. But yes, it's very important that you do your research, especially if you're going to be doing this as a freelancer without the help of an agency. There are a lot of different websites out there that are posting jobs for models. There's different Facebook groups that, for local models in your area, I'm sure of, that are looking for models, that are looking to pay models for their services. Definitely want to vet these people, make sure that you are doing your research. And I've talked about this and my students know about this inside of Model Boss Academy. But you want to make sure that you're doing your research on the potential clients that you might have, research the photographers, research the brands, and make sure they're a legit company and they're not sketchy and you're not going to have like any weird experience with them. But there are definitely a lot of opportunities out there if you are looking for them. So make sure you're doing your research, looking for casting sites, booking apps, and applying yourself, because you can definitely find them. They're out there. And lastly, if you want to be a full-time model, if you really want to take this seriously and do this as a career, then your best bet, my third and final tip, is going to be to sign with more agencies. Sign with many more agencies. You don't have to just stop after getting that one, okay? I've talked about this a lot before too. Just because you have one agency doesn't mean that you can't sign with another agency. There are different contracts out there that will allow you to sign with multiple agencies in multiple states, in multiple countries. You can definitely create that load of work for yourself and keep the bookings coming in if you are signed with different agencies. So for example, if you're just signed with one agency, you are usually emailed bookings. They'll let you know when castings and certain jobs are coming in that you could potentially apply to or go to auditions for and things like that. So that's from one agency. Now imagine if you had 6, 8, 10 agencies like that sending you castings, bookings, and direct submissions and things of that nature. That is so many more opportunities for you to be working, as opposed to just potentially getting casting from one agency and that agency has a bunch of models underneath them and all those models are applying to that one job, and your chances of booking that job get a little bit smaller. But if you open yourself up on the market to all these different agencies, then you can apply to more jobs and potentially book more work. So it's definitely important, if you're going to be taking this job seriously as a model and really pushing for this to be your career, you're going to need more than one agency. Sign to as many as you can, really good, legit agencies. You want to make sure that they're good agencies for you. But yes, there are going to be so many more opportunities for you and so much more chances for you to actually take this thing seriously as a full-time model when you apply and are signed with more agencies. And that's all the tips I have for you today, love. So thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss my next video. I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.